Jesus is not coming, K-God. He's not coming. He ain't finna save you. Let me tell you something. If you was a slave owner, would you give your slaves anything to empower them, to help them out, to free them? If you was a slave owner, if that was a remote possibility that Jesus could have freed you, the white man would have never even had the idea of giving Jesus to you. Jesus can't free you, man. You got to free yourself. And the average black person is afraid to try to free themselves. The average black person don't even want to fathom the thought of existing without the white man, because at this point it's a symbiotic relationship. We need them and they need us.
When you say Hosanna, because I don't remember using a word in my vocabulary at all.
Yeah, I don't really.
Hosanna, Hosanna, hallelujah, and I don't think that I don't use it in my vocabulary.
Some program way back when, muta.
Yeah, I know way back when. Watch out, I know what we use that. Watch out, I know what we usually say way back when, you know. And me I say, in my tradition, by left in Kingston, left in 12 tribe, go up in a bush, go live and them thing there, my perspective open to another level. Right? So, me used to say when I look at people, me mad at me about Jesus Christ, I say Jesus Christ, I become evolve out of that. You know see it? When we look on how the Bible, see it, I say people relate to the Bible and start to quote the Bible. I say, right, you don't know, say this could have been that and this could have that. I may evolve out of the Bible. I may not say that no more. No, people might vex when we attack these things, you know, but it's the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Listen to me now. Them say Jesus come from Nazareth. Not Jesus, Mary, sorry. Them say Mary and Joseph was in Nazareth. And we talk about Christmas, I know, because we're in the Christmas season and we are trying to show you, put something to perspective. Them say the king or the governor decides that he want to count the people them, get a census of the people them. But according to them, they have to move from Nazareth and go to a place named Bethlehem. Listen to what I say now. Listen to what I say. And you can go back or check what I say. Understand? You can listen to what I say now, but you have to go back or check what I say. Alright. So, according to them, they were supposed to go to Bethlehem for register. Now, there's no record of that happening. That this man here did want to register the people them, and they have to move them. They have to move the whole of the city to go over to the next city, which was like nearly 100 miles away. No people. You know, so between Kingston and Montego Bay, between Kingston and Montego Bay is about, what we call, 80 miles. They don't reach 100 miles. They don't reach 100 miles between Kingston and Montego Bay. And we are talking about the good road where we have. Good road. I want to say good road too. Maybe they will have asphalt to say good road. But we have good road, asphalt, and it is 80 miles from Kingston to Mobile. No. You really believe, say, in them days that there was no paved road. Them never have no car. Where them a ride pan is donkey. Where we now go ride pan donkey between come up from Stony Hill go down a town, which is not even 30 miles. And we have good road. The people them in them days they used to ride pan donkey or horse. Poor people have donkey. Now, let me ask you a question. You don't really believe, say, a young girl between the age of 12 and 15, let's put it at 15, pregnant at 9 months, her husband put her on a donkey for ride, for go to a town where is nearly 100 miles away. Listen to what I say. Between Kingston and Montego Bay is about 80 miles, and we have nice road for drive pan. Them days you don't have no road, up here pathway for drive, for ride. Would you put your 9-month-old pregnant woman on a bicycle or a motorbike for ride a man to go to a hospital? Why would you believe a story will tell you, say, a man named Joseph in his 20s, late 20s, take him wife in a 12-year-old to 15-year-old, 9 months pregnant, put her on a donkey and ride for about 4 to 5 days, traveling on them road where they didn't have them days there, traveling to nearly 100 miles to a place named Bethlehem for go register yourself and then go on the way to have a youth. Think on it. Think on it. The ride from which part to go from which part to take about 5 days. And she was 9 months pregnant. Would you take your wife who was 9 months pregnant on a donkey, on a bike, on a bicycle, even on a tricycle, and take her for go register in a Nella town where it's nearly as the distance of Kingston to Montego Bay, and then put that, and people accept that as a reality statement, and that a star in the sky. You know, for the star, the nearest star to the earth is the sun. The nearest star to the earth is the sun. Them say the sun is 93 million miles away from the earth. And you are telling me, say, a star move and go over the barn, which part the whole animal there where them say Jesus is born. And it stand up over the house, the barn where Jesus is born, that some man could have ride, come upon camel, and it lead them to this barn. The star come right over the cannon. You know it's part of star there. You know it's part of star there from earth. You know, sometimes you look on a star and believe to the star over there, so the more you go out where you think the star there, the more it look like it can move. The more you go to the horizon, is the more you see the horizon like it can move. And people take them story there as, oh, it there, it's in the Bible, so I saw it go. Yes, I saw it go, but guess what? It's fairy tale, not go so. The reality or lack of it in some of these stories that we hold fast to this time of the year. And one of the biggest one of them is Christmas, Christmas. Them put it in the 25th of December. And them tell you, say, the shepherd them was tending them sheep in the pastures. And every time you look on our postcard, you see some youth attend sheep in the pasture. And we know, say, apart from you telling me, say, this man take him wife, put her upon a donkey 9 months 9 months pregnant for travel 100 miles. In a winter, it get even more outrageous when you understand what is going on. In a winter, we talk about cold time. You put your wife in at the time where them claim said happen. Because of them say winter it happen, you know. Yeah, them tell you say winter. And them tell you say some man come from the east. What part of the east the man them come from? Oh, you know, say it's 3 wise men. Nothing like that not in the Bible. Where we get that from? About 3 wise men. Which part of the Bible? I'm not talking to my Christian friend, you know. Which part of the Bible you read say 3 wise men go visit Jesus and him when him born? Which part of the Bible? Show me it in the Bible. The reason why you come up with 3 is because you hear say the man them bring gold, frankincense, and myrrh. That is different kind of gifts. It don't mean say it's 3 man bring it. Because 5 man can carry gold. It's like when them say the woman named Makeda go visit Solomon. She carried camels of frankincense, camels of frankincense, camels of gold. When Mansa Musa, they left the west coast and go to Arabia to go visit Arabia, thousands of animals, cannibals were traveling with him. Thousands of men go with him. Them develop a story where have no logical, rational argument that we can say, yes, believe it, but we actually believe it. Because we never have no other story to verify that story. And most of the time when we are justified, when we read the Bible, we use the next part of the Bible to justify it. In other words, the same book has justified the book itself. And we don't believe in a Batman and Robin, neither Superman, neither Wakanda. So we say, the idea that some people are going to take up, sorry, that I will star when them say gone over the house. When we picture the star in our head, and that's what you know, say, oh, you know, say your brainwash, is when somebody have that think about a story, and you start to visualize the story in your head, without realizing, say, nothing couldn't happen that way there. And you start to repeat the story like, say, you did experience the story, when you experience the story in your head. And anything can happen in your head. You can carry yourself go anywhere in your head. So when them say now, this star over the place to lead the man them, and when you look on your postcard, where white people print and give you see 3 men on a camel come at the barn where them couldn't find no room in the hotel them. Them go all over and couldn't find no room in the hotel, and them end up in a one barn. And the baby barn in the stable, in the barn where all the cow them and the goat them and all them things, they're there. So the man, so that couldn't happen, you know. But what lead up to that story, if the story start out wrong, well, why should we believe the other part of the story? If them bring this fable to you, about man travel upon donkey, nearly 100 miles, and 9-month-old, 9-month woman have a baby. And over hills and valleys and rocks and mountains for 4 or 5 days, shall travel away there. And you actually accept that as a logical explanation of how the Son of Man, Jesus Christ, God in the flesh, come out, and you start to believe it, internalize it, and start to repeat it, like say, you have an experience of it. Because them tell you, say, the only son where Jesus have is God, you know. The Muslim tell us that God not have no son. Even though them believe in a Jesus. Even though them believe in a Jesus. The Muslim them say, God not have no son. And God, watch a man. It's a weird story because here now. I'll show you how we get confused. I'll see if I can find it in the Bible. Yeah, alright. Find it in the Bible. Them tell us, say, when we come out, them say, common G-O-D is the gods, is that insignificant. But when you see the capital G-O-D is the creator of heaven and earth that I deal with. Capital G-O-D. Them tell you say it's only one son God have, and that is Jesus Christ. Yet still, in that Genesis 6, this is my Christian friend them, you know. This is my Christian friend them. In that Genesis 6, it said, and it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God, the sons, common S-O-N-S, of God, capital G-O-D, that the sons of God saw that the daughters of men, in other words, the man them upon the earth, I don't know where the son of God come from, but the man them upon the earth that have daughters. And the sons of God saw that the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. So God picked them, start to mingle with men pick me. In other words, the gods them, the man them who belong to God, start to mix with the daughters who belong to men. And the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh. He also is flesh. I wonder if you understand where I work yes or no. Look, I read it again. That the sons of God saw that the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. And the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. People, it's not me write this thing. Not me write this thing. If you want to read yourself, go read it. Them tell us there's one son God have. And we interpret it to mean that. And over the years, you hear pastors say it. Church people say it. There's only one son God have. When I tell them, say, in my younger days, I say, I am the son of God. Man, I say, you blaspheme. Man, I say, you blaspheme because you say, you're the son of God. Because only one son God have. But the Bible didn't tell you that. The Bible said the sons, plural, sons of God, saw that the daughters of men were fear. And him say, for that he also is flesh. His spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh. You know, so when me in a 12 tribe, I read that thing they like 100 times to figure it out. And I say, what it really has said, the sons of God, saw that the daughters of men were fear. And he started to talk about he also is flesh. Who also is flesh? Who also is flesh? That is the question in the story. Who I talk about that he is also flesh. The spirit shall not always strive with man, but them days shall be 120 years. And in that day, giant and gone to say giant start to come upon the earth and all the way, and then God start to vex, say make man. Because the wicked of man increased upon the earth. And every imagination and thoughts of his heart was also evil. That is man in my talk about, because for him picking them, that's like a Greek story, you know. Nobody can tell me that a Greek mythology that, you know. For him picking them, mix up with the picking them, where he make them man there, you know, upon the earth. And them have picnic. And for him picking them, mix up with the man them upon earth, picking them, and start to mingle up with one another. In other words, we shouldn't let them mingle up. Those who see themselves as sons of God shouldn't let them mingle up with people where God make. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's really, really crazy. But we're coming at this time, yeah. And we regurgitate the story over and over till we start to accept it as our reality. Given that what is happening now and then is two different periods in human history, we have to realize when a man is writing story, you can't take a 2,000 year story or a 4,000 year story and evaluate yourself. Fight and say, this is how you must live. Because how the man did live is totally different from how we live. You know, see, and there's certain things, like when a man tell you, say, you know, if a man, thou shalt not commit adultery, and then the next man come and tell you, say, watch out, even if you think it in your heart, you have already committed adultery, then how much man is not guilty of that? That means that done, you know, because when the Ten Commandments say, thou shalt not commit adultery, and a man come interpret it for you, how much hundreds of years after, thousands of years after, him come interpret for you and say, when you say adultery, you know, it's one thing for you to say you do to sleep with a man wife, you know, or a man asleep, or a woman asleep with a man husband, you know, but if you even think about it, you're God. You understand? If you even think about it, which man or which woman can truly say them do ever think about it? The reality is that I have said non-apologetically, so a lot of this story never happened. That is what I really tell you. Because when you have a book like Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and these four men, you know, say John was all like youth. John, hey, Jesus, according to them, you know, him go among some man when he was 12 years old, you know, and confound them with reasoning. And then you have John, who was another teenager youth. If you read Matthew, Mark, and Luke, you know, where John has said a total different thing from what them are saying, you know. Yeah. You know, him start out him thing in the beginning, the word, and the word was, none of them not start out that way there, you know. As a matter of fact, Matthew start out with that genealogy. Through Joseph, you know the problem with it. Luke have a genealogy through Mary. But the two of them have a different person for Joseph's father. What me say? I never make a mistake with what I say. Matthew have a different name for Joseph's father than Luke. One of them said Joseph's father was Jacob, and the next one same father was Eli. Two different people. Which one are we to believe? Because these men are writing not from seeing these things happen in front of them, because really and truly, when them things are right, the man that is done gone already. And I say, years, dozens of years after the death, what them call AD, after the death, that these things is written. And them write certain things in the story. Not because them know say it happened, but because there were people that tell them in at the time. So when you hear about the birth, how come the birth of one of the greatest man who ever lived in Christianity, nobody can tell precisely when him did born. Everybody will give an interpretation. And we know say the 25th of December is not the birthday. We not ask nobody that. And them know say who write it, know say him never born that day there. But it imprinted in a way. And we think about it every year. And when we are celebrated, we celebrate it in a way that have nothing to do with no man who was born the 25th of December, as you can plainly see with your eyes wide closed. None away. Can't look outside of where we will start for an explanation of what is written. And when we see history come in front of it, because it's not in line with where we were taught or brainwashed into thinking, we reject it. That is why there's so much different association as it relates to just that part of the Bible. Other parts, but now we are talking about Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. That is where the story there. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and everything else follow that. We read of these stories, and these stories was placed into some real place. It's not like the place them don't exist, you know. But maybe other man named Jesus did exist, you know, but no Christ never in him. The story them put for a man, maybe a man did there, Yahshua. So a whole heap of people named Yahshua in them time there. And the whole heap of Christ. Because Christ just means anointed. That's all it means, anointed. David was Christ. But them said Jesus is the Christ. So people put Christ on Jesus and make it sound like his surname is Christ. But no go so. Christ is not meant to be a name of a person. Christ is not meant to be the name of a person. It never expect him to say Tony Christ or John Christ. That is like Mr. Mr. is not meant to be the name of a person. It is a title given to people. And we have to realize that. So, them configure a man and put him in history. That's what them do. Them configure it, them take them draw from this, that, and all the different thoughts around them and place it into an individual man. And this man now become the centerpiece of Western philosophy and religious belief system. And any man who come now have to fashion him religion around that idea, as we can say, all of what we know now as it relates to religion in the Western world is centered around that idea that there was a man living 2,000 years ago who was born of a woman who never have no sex to have him. And then quote the Old Testament, and when it's saying that the Old Testament version, it never mean a woman never have sex. It never mean that. Virgin birth never means there's a woman who don't have no sex. That's what it come to mean eventually. But even if do it look ridiculous, people still believe it because them say it's God. And God can do anything. God make man and then repent that he make man. Because man will become wicked. And him have all evil in him heart. But is he make them? And his son them go married to the daughters of these wicked men. That him have to come later down now and destroy and say, boy, I'm going to put one man in our boat. Will never happen. Did not happen. 500-foot boat cannot hold a pair of every animal. species of animal at that time. Plus them say not ongo, them have some unclean ones to in there. Plus 8 people. That story never happened. That is where them configure it in the mythological mindset to bring about an understanding of freedom reality, not my reality. Not my reality. Not my ancestors' reality at this moment. Our reality has just started to be written in books, in papers, and in voice in it. Whenever you saw, most of the history never write down, it was transmitted orally through the village and through the town square. But guess what? A lot of the people who hand it down didn't experience it. And then we now come tell the story. And then we have understanding of science and technology that we can do certain things of record it. Like a man can say, it's Muta said that, you know, because hear him there, hear him voice there, him say that. When we hear about Mark, who is Mark? Who is Mark? All these men were supposed to be according to what we were learning at school, that we used to hear say the man that was fisherman and Father Jesus. Yet see them could attack and know Greek. Where they learn Greek from? Them is supposed to be Jews, not having no education, but walking up and down with this man who was a follow me and I'll make a fisher of men. And them could have write Greek. Authentic Greek, not like we know who learn English but talk patois. And when we are right, sometimes we can't spell. But we have to go to school to learn these things. And you tell me now, say some man, I walk up and down and learn Greek, that them could have write Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. And we believe these things. So we see it into the brainwashing as a people, as African people. Like we don't have nothing for ourselves. We don't have nothing can turn to. Because all the things that we can turn to, we say them evil. And them not good for we. I'm going to tell you, watch yourself by the blood of Jesus, and you don't see that as something weird. When a man say, boy, a man tell him, a spirit tell a man say, take him son and go kill him, sacrifice him. Them people that was used to eat all people too. Yes, them used to do it. Because some of the things them what them do was despicable. But when them look on other nations, you hear say, these people is despicable. Me I watch some old time cowboy show and me I say, but look on these people who come say them a teach we civilization. When them man they have guns strapped on them side, everywhere them go and just pick fight with people and kill people just like that. Left them in the street. Just kill the Native American them just so. Native American land and them come take the Native American land and just kill the people in the name of Jesus. When the Knights Templar go to Jerusalem and kill off the Muslims, they must do it in the name of the Lord. And now we see them take over people's land and call it Israel and call themselves Israeli. Where is the history of these people? We understand now, in this time here, that is African people. And no matter what them say, no matter how foolish them want to say what we see now is foolishness and we don't believe in that foolish and stupidness. Look at what them believe in now. Look at all them people that we are Kosal Rasta. Look what them believe in now. And say the foolishness that them have in their mind. I try to put it together and I contradict people about this and this and that. It never works. It's here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Blessed man.
Yeah, respect and thanks, Mr. Manners and respect.
I reserve.
Yes, I. Yeah, may I have a little clarification still. Hope you take it in a good faith, because you know you put in
Yeah,
a
man,
lot of work.
what I mean, man must take it in a good faith.
Yeah, man, because you put in a lot of work still. So we're not trying to disrespecting anyway. So I listened to a conversation earlier with the Virgin when they said Haile Selassie is not God. What do you really mean? Just a question.
Yeah, because I don't use the term God, you know, because God is something where them give way, and God can mean anything.
Okay.
You know, I don't use God to describe Haile Selassie.
Okay.
You know, in my consciousness, I think the idea of man and where man potential is higher than God. God is something where man can figure it in their mind and come up with. And the word God comes from the idea of a deity. Right? Like when a man say God is really a deity, I work with, you know.
So you don't believe in a no deity at all?
No. Man, me I work with. Man. Nature, man is part of nature. Yeah. So the reason why I say Haile Selassie is because when Haile Selassie, this is where it brings me to. The history of Haile Selassie and who the man is it carry me to which part I the writers or no in my thinking. But I don't believe I'm going to come back and save Earth, save the planet, and all these things. I know into that. I know into that.
Can I say anything?
Yeah,
about 20 years ago, you weren't saying these things.
No, I wasn't saying it. No, I never hear me come back and say I got doing it.
But you say the Almighty.
Yeah.
The Almighty and God in your language.
The Almighty to I, and the only God I, because I use the word God now. The only God that exists to I is the one that creates I self.
When you say you create for yourself, what do you
mean?
Mean
say in my meditation, I can look on my wife and say she's God.
Okay.
And then work with she. Okay. I can look on the stone and say it's God, and I can work with it. And I can look and say Haile Selassie is God and work with him. But I don't use the word God. So if I say Almighty, it's Almighty within the levels of how I see it. I not tell a man to go see it that way there, you know.
Oh, it's how you see it.
That's why I tell you, say, God, the only God that exists, I'm not going to use the word God for reason of this conversation. The only God that exists is the one where I create for myself.
That's how Mutabaruka.
Then we can't talk for next man.
It must be the way how it is then.
No, but we can't talk from
your perspective.
Yeah, but we can't talk for next man. Not about for me. When me come up in a, look at you, when me come in a Rasta, me come up in a Rasta and go 12 tribe. Right? And in a 12 tribe, me hear them say, greetings in the name of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Was this name revealed himself in the personality of
did you believe that?
No, that's why a whole heap of we did have to leave, because all we did have to say Haile Selassie. It carry to ital food, it carry to ital liberty, but one plant food, 12 tribe never into that. I never see myself as a tribe.
So when I heard you making some clarification about Haile Selassie, where them call him a Baba Janai, when you say them call him, or when them sing Hosanna to him and all these things, what do you say then? For example, I heard you say them what Hosanna mean.
You hear me say Hosanna?
Hosanna. No, the people them that they crown him in Ethiopia.
That them is Christian people, it's Coptic church that crown him. It's Christians that crown Haile Selassie, you know.
But I heard you use that term.
Hosanna?
Pertaining to Haile Selassie, so I was just
No. You hear me say Hosanna is way to Haile Selassie? What say about Hosanna? Like what say about Hosanna?
He was some clarification he was making in one of your program.
Answer Hosanna?
Just understand.
No, that's not apologize, man. Stop apologize. What you say? When you say Hosanna, because I don't remember using a word in my vocabulary at all.
Yeah, you are not really.
Hosanna, Hosanna, hallelujah, and all them things. I don't use it in my vocabulary.
Some program way back when you know muta.
Yeah, me know way back when. Watch out, me know me usually say way back when, you know. And I say, in my tradition, my left in Kingston, left in 12 tribe, go up in a bush, go live and them thing there, my perspective open to another level. Right? So, me used to say, when I look at people, my mother about Jesus Christ, I say Jesus Christ, I become evolve out of that. You know, see, when we look on all the Bible, see, I say people relate to the Bible and start to quote the Bible, I'm say, right, you don't know, say this could have been that and this could have that, I'm evolve out of the Bible. I'm not say that no more. But Hosanna, no sir, I don't use them word, sir.
I was saying you were using it to clarify how some word that they.
But I say I can't use God to you to clarify something
to him.
Yeah, but when I say I can't say God to you to clarify something to you, could I say God? I'm not judge to say God. It's just that me not call Haile Selassie God.
Okay, So Haile Selassie doesn't mean higher than God to you. What is the meaning? Is it the name or the man, or is both of them?
It's the man. The man.
What about the meaning of the name?
The name Haile Selassie. No,
does the name carry any weight?
The weight. What the name mean? What Haile Selassie mean?
Power of the Holy Trinity.
That is, all right. The power of the Holy Trinity is where the name translates to. In Amharic, I tell you, say, it don't make no difference if him call power of the Holy Trinity or not. It's Haile Selassie I call him.
So, I'm saying, without the man that they ban, they not fulfilling the prophecy, the name not carry any weight. So
the name carry a weight to me because I study the man history, I study him history, and I see a weight, and it's him I identify with. I identify with Haile Selassie. That is who I identify. That man,
just
the man
alone, the name don't have nothing to do with it.
No, it's Haile Selassie. I mean, his name Haile Selassie. I don't interpret
the name. Have a great meaning. It carry a value.
Yeah, but I can't. But you have other people named Haile in Ethiopia and Selassie in Ethiopia. It's not
but is the name of what the man accomplished and everything?
No, it's born with the name Haile Selassie. It's born with the name. No, it's in parents.
When a man say Rastafari, is it the man name has become also a religion? It is way beyond just.
But I know religion. I know Rastafari is a religion. It's not a religion to me. It's not a religion to me.
Whether you say it's not a religion to you, it is in the Bible. It is in the dictionary.
You see Rastafari in the dictionary.
Rastafarian in the dictionary.
Wait, you see Rastafari in the dictionary.
Yeah, man, Rastafarian. I saw it in the dictionary.
All right, what Rastafarian mean?
In the dictionary,
what mean?
Rastafarian
is a religion.
As God.
Yeah, and I tell you, say, and listen to me now, I tell you, say, I know say Haile Selassie as God.
All right, no problem. But
and the man them who I grew up with in a Rasta, when I left Kingston and God, I never hear them say Haile Selassie as God.
But I'm saying to you, when a man say Rastafari, who you talking about?
Haile Selassie and himself.
So what does
who you said, me or somebody?
That he said when they crowned him, like they was trying to ask him who he is or what have you, and him said, a tribe in the west shall exalt my name.
When him said that, him said that.
I don't have that concrete.
I just said nothing like that.
Nothing like that.
He not said nothing like that.
So he doesn't say that, he never said a tribe in the west shall exalt
my name. I still said not about no tribe in no west.
Wow.
I still say the Jamaicans, listen to me. When them say, the thing I know I still say is that him say the Jamaicans and the Ethiopians are blood brothers. That is what him say. We are blood brothers. The Jamaicans and the Ethiopians are blood brothers. I know when I look at the Bible, I know say nothing about Haile Selassie in the Bible.
So the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords is not Haile Selassie?
That is a title given to all the king of the emperors in Ethiopia, and there's many kings in Ethiopia.
So
he's the king of all the kings.
When they talk about the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, and isn't their mighty name shall be terrible amongst the heathen? It's not Haile Selassie.
So which Haile Selassie name terrible amongst the heathen? Which heathen Haile Selassie name terrible amongst?
I'm just asking you a question.
No, I don't know about what you asked me. I don't know what you asked me.
His name is terrible amongst the heathen away from Haile Selassie.
George Bush, Putin.
The heathen.
Yeah. You don't know what Eden. Who you call Eden? Who you call Eden? Who you call Eden? Tell me who you call Eden.
The offsprings of those that slave.
So then I know might ask my people them you come on and slave.
Of those that slave people.
You mean say white people say Haile Selassie name as terrible? We say that white people say Haile Selassie name as terrible.
So none of them ever exalt that name?
May I ask you?
Away from a few...
No, may I ask you a question? Answer me the question.
When you shout Haile Selassie...
You want me explain something? You want me explain something, you not explain nothing to me. When you tell me which group of white people say the name Haile Selassie as terrible?
That name?
Yeah, which group of white people say that as terrible? Which Eden?
No, Babylonian people would never call up on that name.
No, I never said them call, but I don't go Babylon. Jamaican black people don't call up on them name mostly.
Because how they were trained. They were trained.
Yeah, them not the train same way too.
Them accept the sweet Jesus Christ, but if you shout Haile Selassie, them scan it. It look terrible to them.
No, brethren. When you ever go see a show, you hear a man come and say, man, say, Jara, you know, you have what say, Rastafari, Albali,
I'm not talking about we black people who love reggae music and shit. I'm talking about those aristocratic people.
You ever go a reggae festival in Germany yet?
Those people.
No. May I ask you? Don't answer me, no, man.
I've never been.
All right, let me tell you something.
When the rhythm is with it and the music with it, it's a different vibration.
So which part you hear? Who's the Eden? Who you call Eden?
Alright, like the people who the preachers, the Bible people.
The preachers are Eden?
Yes, man.
Why them is Eden? Why them call it? Why is it Eden?
If you read the prophecy, it tells you that the kings of the earth has go against the Lord and his prophets and his anointed.
Yes, I'm not telling you which kings of the earth don't like Haile Selassie. No, where them there? Which part of the kingdom them know when they like Haile Selassie?
Most of the people them in high places.
Which like people them? Which people them? Look at
the poor. All those people.
Which people on earth right now that don't like Haile Selassie?
And his teachings. None of the people.
What is the teachings that them don't like? Tell me what the teaching is that's what them don't like.
Alright, let me give you an example.
Yeah,
if you said that Haile Selassie is from King Solomon, like you were holding a good reason with a preacher, because I've spoken to a lot of preachers, and I would try to tell them that, listen, the only country in the world that have a cultural exchange with Israel is Ethiopia. All the other European countries, them usually rob the Israelites and
so which part of Israelite them there? Which part of Israelite them there? Which part of Israelite?
Of the history of the Israel whole Rome.
No, wait, hold on, brethren. Yeah, hold on, brethren. Hold on, man.
Okay.
Which group of people that don't like Haile Selassie? Which Eden people don't like Haile Selassie?
No preachers. Most preachers.
No preacher don't like Haile Selassie?
No, they don't like.
Like which preacher? Like which tell me the preacher then? Which preacher?
Any Christian preacher.
So no Christian preacher don't like Haile Selassie.
To them, yeah, because
it's foolish you're talking. It's foolish you're talking. It's foolish you're talking.
Why you say that? Explain.
You know much man in the earth, you know much other state. Give Haile Selassie respect and due more than where you don't know in Jamaica.
I'm not.
Haile Selassie is one of the most respected.
Head of state position.
Head of state, me talk about.
You're talking about head of state. I know that he visited a lot of.
No, me talk about don't see.
I'm talking about when they come to religious.
His name not terrible monks, no head of state.
I'm talking about religious. I'm not talking about head of state.
Religious what? Religious what? So we talk about religious. Religious. Which part? You read Bible and equate it with the people that part that say them are Eden. You say the Eden them not like all preachers are Eden.
Of course, them robbing and.
So every preacher where you know are rob people. So we rob.
You mean them taking the money from.
So you have Rasta will rob people. You have Rasta will rob people.
From your Rasta, you're not supposed to rob people.
Okay, but no, now ask that question. Me never give them supposed to or not supposed to. Me ask you.
I don't know any
Rasta will rob people.
Taking people money.
Alright, but you know every preacher will take away people money. Every preacher take away people money. That's what I say.
Preacher, you're telling liars, but Marley them feel like bombing a church because the preacher lied.
Yes, so every preacher lie. Every preacher lie.
Yeah, man, every preacher lie.
And no Rasta no thief nothing. No Rasta no take away nothing.
No, I could never say that.
But that's you just said.
But in every
okay, there's good and bad. So Rasta couldn't be Eden then. So Rasta couldn't be Eden.
Rasta should be praising the King of Kings and be Eden.
Because maybe him a thief too.
Well, every man has to sit down. Come on.
You
cannot just equate things like that. Everyone
you just equate, but you just tell me say every preacher thief. You just tell me say every preacher thief.
Fault here and there. Eden and have a little fault is different.
No, you tell me say every preacher thief and tell lie.
Yeah, man.
Alright, and you don't know no Rasta with thief not tell lie. Because Rasta, you couldn't be a Rasta and a thief and a tell lie, that's what you say.
Willingly. Without making a little mistake.
Then you have no preacher will make mistake. You have no preacher will make mistake.
Coming on Sundays and talking about
every preacher
colonial name because them calling on colonial name because I heard they use a name.
So God is not a colonial name. God is not a colonial name.
Yes, all English names are colonial.
Yeah, so what you saying? So why you want me to say interpret the power, guys, that is the power of Holy Trinity? Why you want me interpret it?
Because you do it in English.
Nobody don't walk around and say the Emperor of Ethiopia named power of the Holy Trinity. You know anybody will walk around and say the Emperor of Ethiopia named the power of the Holy Trinity?
I said all English name is colonial. Name, I said name.
I just not name power of the Holy Trinity.
That's a meaning. I said name.
No,
like Jesus
I listen
Christ.
Lassie. What I listen Lassie is what? You know his name?
Of course it is name.
Then if I listen
In
Lassie
English.
is yeah, hold on. No. I listen Lassie is not English. I listen Lassie is no, listen to me now, man. I listen Lassie name. I listen Lassie. If you translate it into English, it means power of the Holy Trinity. So may I ask you now, if I listen Lassie is not power of the Holy Trinity?
Alright, me personally, I don't believe in no form of Trinity.
You know, and me no business what you believe in. May I ask if Haile Selassie, the name Haile Selassie though is not power of the Holy Trinity?
I would have to research that somewhere. I don't
What do you mean
have
research
to
it some more?
Research it and so deep.
So when Haile Selassie is English?
You tell me.
No, Haile Selassie is not English.
So where this come from? What's your objective in all of this? Because I said all
And
English,
you call me now,
Jesus
what do you
is
mean?
English.
What?
Because I said Jesus is English. And
No, not because you said that. I tell you, say, Haile Selassie is not English. And
I
Jesus are tell me,
I never said
then you are telling me about, say, me I talk about English and English and English. And English, the teacher them are use English.
Them is using English name.
Then we're wrong if them use English name if them don't know better. You can't go tell me, say, no, every person a thief and
Because them
liar.
using colonial name. All these names were made by English
Then
linguists.
you not say God. You not say God.
No, I don't say that.
What you say? What you say? What you say?
I listen, that's it straight.
You say I say that is straight. I don't interpret it then.
No, man. I
Then,
listen.
so where you get the, so where you get King of Kings from?
All right. Based upon the English that we use.
Oh, God, now you go back now and say you use English.
Way,
Oh, okay.
But by time we will reach there.
So when I say I not say God, when I say I not say I say God, why you object to that?
I did want just you to explain yourself.
Yeah, so me explain yourself?
Yes, you did.
All right, we don't need to talk no more then.
Okay, sir.
All right, give thanks.
Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John is not Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Because I grew up here, so they must be apostles of Christ who used to walk up and the disciples. Not no go so. Not no go so. Then the next one named Paul is really a problem. Because problem look like him there. Paul look like him there and him only for food and him say a bright light strike him on the way to Damascus. And him get this revelation of Jesus Christ where him things them right long before Matthew, Luke, and John. And him never meet Jesus Christ yet. Nobody don't know where Jesus Christ buried. Them say him gone back. Him raised from the dead and gone. Which part him gone? It's not somebody where you're dead and born again, or you're dead and raised from the dead to come back, come do certain things. You know, no, it's not so it go. It's in this life. It's in this life. So, me hear the arguments, you know, Jesus Christ and all these things, and me I say it non-apologetically, you know. We not work with Jesus Christ, you know. Yeah, we not work with Jesus Christ, and that guy lick a whole heap of head. Cause a whole heap of man hear Rasta say, Haile Selassie is the second coming of Jesus Christ. Me not let them joke there. Me not in those joke. You know, see it? Me not let them joke there. Cause we never come in a Rasta to come here about Jesus Christ again. After we know, say, the man they make up some things and dash per way. Before we go to the root of the conversation, we are listening to them third and fourth hand views. So we don't really into the Jesus thing. And we're not praying to no Jesus and says Haile Selassie we are praying to. Because we're not even praying to Haile Selassie neither. I don't go to bed and say, oh, Haile Selassie what in Zion. I don't say those things. You know, because this is a revolution. Rastafari is the answer to white supremacy and colonialism. That is where it was bound for. A man I come try to change it now in a one love, one heart, let's get together and be all right and all them something like him want have a 24/7, 56 weeks 360 odd days a year, 2,000 years in a millennium, and really claim it as redemption because him can facilitate certain music. Yes. Because most man know, because him facilitate certain music, him feel say this or there. Most Rasta no musician. Most Rasta is not musician. Sorry for disappoint you. Most Rasta is not a musician. It's just like the ones them who do music, them have the voice. Like how me dey on the radio all the while, people hear my voice all the while, so it come like Muta is a Rasta voice. But there are so many voices of Rastafari out there. But we really have to come to grips with the theology and the philosophy where Rasta supposed to deal with in at this time, yeah. And even at this time, I give him the COVID sensibilities that is creating certain hardship and certain levels of scaredom. I call it scaredom. We need to get a grip of ourselves as Rasta. We need to get a grip, man. We can't continue going like we never did reach a certain level. We reach a certain level, so we are going like we reach over Jordan and want to turn back. We not turn back. We not have a search for River Jordan neither. We are create our own river. And we not sit down by no rivers up no Babylon. Because you know, long way man are sing that. But by rivers of Babylon, them sat down and there we wept when he remember Zion. And the wicked carry us away in captivity, require us a song. How can we sing King Alpha song in a strange land? Yet still every day a man make a song about Jah Rastafari. We have to figure it out, you know. We have to figure it out. Bob Marley say, too much mix up. We have to be straight like an arrow. Yeah, man, we can't just go to sun and make the wind just a lick back over this like some boat. We don't have no rudder. We have to straight like an arrow, man. So if you deal with the thing, just deal with the thing. But I go around and I come back around and I go around like circle, you know, you go around in circles and go around in circles. No, straight. Leonard Owil. Sure with that. Marcus Garvey. Yeah, man. The man there sure with certain things. Some people don't even know about Leonard Owil. You hear about Leonard Owil, you don't even know who's in Leonard Owil. You know, you have Martimo Plano. Yeah, man. The man, they stand up. What we call no Bono G. Like rock of Gibraltar. Them stand up there and no move. You them are going like them are skid out the thing, a pretty out the thing. Yeah, like a pretty thing are going, you know, Cha-Cha Rasta. You know? It's weird. It's weird, man. No, sir. In my house, there is a picture on the wall. Rastafari sit up on his throne. Yes. We're not equating Haile Selassie with no one. Because we cannot make Haile Selassie lesser or greater than who him is. So all the names them where you put on him, you know, all the names them where you attach to it, cannot make him greater or lesser than who him is. So just accept him just like that. You don't have to send him gone 2,000 years ago. You don't have to talk about him dip and cross and come back. All them little illusions is not necessary in Rastafari. Rastafari is facing the reality of life. Rastafari is showing African people that there is another way to look at life in the Western world. So we go to the root of mankind, which is Ethiopia. We go to the root of man, which is Ethiopia. And we find something that is binding us together to make our life here in this part of the world and this farmer slave plantation island more meaningful and more purposeful to understand ourselves. And we have people who have guided us over the years. Man like Marcus Garvey, who say Africa for Africans, those at home and those abroad, who make us recognize that it's a simple journey, but you have to make up your mind to take the journey. Because one step and you tumble. One step and you can't tumble. Yet still them say 1,000 miles start with that one step. And a whole heap of man tumble, you know. Whole heap of man tumble, but the journey continue even if you tumble and can't bother. It's just so it go. Uncensored. Hear what I go now. A whole heap of works be seen, man. Not just talk it, but make them see it. Yes. Because you know, say, with a light, you know. With a light. It's like a candle pan a mountainside, you know. Dark, but the light guide you. So we have to know that we are light. Lights of the world, man. Many people sometimes come say, Muta, tell me something, like how you don't eat meat, or where you eat. The problem with them little argument there, you know, is like, people feel a vegetarian and have no choice, and them have more choice, but people who have meat have no whole heap of choice to eat. Them just eat meat. May I tell you, Maccabee 3 lick we give me now. Out of Birmingham, the Virgin has some serious poetry. May I tell you, man, him flexing the poetry straight. This is the Cutting Edge on IRFM. You know, when the program starts with that talk about Rasta and how Rasta seem to like a follow Christian so much now that them start to, all of them song, them start to sound like Christian. And you know, a whole heap of Rasta out there will tell you, say them are Christian, them are the first Christian, African was the first Christian and all them something there. We know how the origination of Jesus Christ come about. We know, say, really and truly, a whole heap of it a make up. Whole heap of it a make up. We know, say, the book them where them give Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. We know, say, whether the Bible tell you, say, them man that it exists. It's just the book of, according to Matthew, according to Mark. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John is not Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Because I grew up here, so them was the apostles of Christ when you used to walk up and the disciples. Not no go so. Not no go so. Then the next one, named Paul, is really a problem. Because problem look like him there. Paul look like him there and he have more heap of food and him say, a light, a bright light strike him on the way to Damascus. And him get this revelation of Jesus Christ, where him things them right long before Matthew, Luke, and John, and him never meet Jesus Christ yet. Nobody don't know where Jesus Christ buried. Them say him gone back, him raised from the dead and gone. Which part him gone? People feast up in the sky. This man stood up in the sky for 2,000 years. Where him get clothes from? For change him clothes and water and all them something there. It's a joke business. Joke, serious joke. So we come now and we say, look here, we are dealing with our experience, our way of living, and create something for ourselves. So a man come and say, a foolish is your talk, man. You don't believe in a God. People ask them questions, you don't believe in a God. And when you ask him, say, when you say God, what you mean? And so you mean what you mean when you say God? I say, God, the man who created you and me. And I say, but God not create me. Right away, it's miserable. You get miserable now when you tell him, say, God not created. Me remember Bridging, big singer too. Big singer. The first time me and him I go have some reasoning. It's like it turned out to me should just walk away. Because after me I tell him about God, and me I say, boy, well, me don't know. Him say, who make the trees? Me say, boy, me don't know, you know. The man bring me outside of the house and look up at the sky and say, who make the star? Me say, I don't know. The man begs with me for about how much I chew. I don't know, I chew, me not really old grudge at all, really, why. I still talk to him, but the man go like say, me the wickedest person ever meet. How me for go say me don't know who make the sky star? How me for go know, how me go for go talk about me don't know who make the tree? And me I say, but me really don't know. Me don't know who make the tree. Me would have played the service, me go tell you say no, me know say a God make the tree. I don't know. Because I have so much God. Even the God in the Bible I say, thou shalt have no other God but me. That means other gods that exist, but him no one. You have no other God but him. So it kind of get away that we as Rasta now come create something for ourselves and then I lean back upon the things them where them to tell we. The road of old-time religion. Old-time religion can't help you now. Because old-time religion carry come here so in a bondage and slavery and take our brains and all them something there. We need to come out of that. We need to go to the root of people without knowledge of them history. It's like a tree without root. It's just simple. So we have to find the root, you know. And all of the things that I tell you stem from something else. Long before. But people now are examining just like how we played the tape a while ago about the flu. So if you tell them, say, without playing the tape, I go to a man on the road and say, you know, say people are wearing masks from the 1918 or 100 years ago because you have a flu like this or come around. You know, say, Muta, where you get them things from? Well, Muta, you can come up with some things, see? Which flu? No flu never about like this. And then me and him go down in an argument now, and then we have to go walk with now. And then so you see them boy, the Muta, or if it's a little other one, them now will call me boy, I'm going to say, where the mother come from, come with them argument there. But you know, history is not imagination, you know. History is something that happen, physically happen. History physically happen, is not belief. You believe that this happening in the past is where you believe it. Now have nothing to do with the reality of the situation. You know, man believes a man did dead and come up out of grave and come up back. I wish I asked him which part him them say him gone up in the sky to come again. In this 21st century, who must believe them something there? You know, long him supposed to come and him not come. Look how much things black people are going through. The pressure where black people are going through. And him not say black people are come through all of them something if you come stand up in night and say no, this can't continue for another how much 300, 400 years. Then some people get off with it. Some people know saying Jesus and them control the world. And you are say Jesus and you is the one who them a control. It's a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing. So we couldn't look on this thing and know like say everything for them is for me. So just like how them use it, me go use it too. No, sir. We create my own thing. We create our own thing. Nobody can tell you say you're wrong. Because him don't know what he must say more than him believe what he must say. Him believe say, you know, like your grandmother so long and I believe this thing, and your great grandmother, and she dead and no Jesus can't come yet. And your grandmother dead and except for she and grandmother. We want to heal up she and grandmother who are 102-year-old. Yes, Shane. Yeah, man. We want to heal up she and grandmother who are 102-year-old. She born when the plague, the virus, the Spanish flu start. That's a wonderful thing. 102-year-old. Me not go so far still, you know. Me not go so far, man. No, man. Me not go so far. Really and truly. But I want to reach out, well, maybe I should healthy too, you know. Maybe she, but she not going to live long, you know, because them say, entire people, all your DNA you kind of have that longevity in your DNA. So, yes, sir. Happy birthday, Mama. Happy birthday anyway you're there. I hope she go look for you, you know. Shane, I hope you go look for your mother, your grandmother, you know. Shane.
Yeah, man.
Answer me.
Yeah, man. We are going to do that.
Shane, answer me, you know. Oh, you're going to answer me, brethren. If you go look for your grandmother, you know, brethren.
Yes, man. How are you, say muta? Yeah, man.
Anyway, Shane, answer me. Then oh, you're going to answer me. Talk to me.
I answer you, man, but because
when you go there? When you go there? Oh, I did delay, yeah, true. I forgot about delay, you know. Sorry about that. I delayed long, man. No, man, 102 is something else, man. 102. Enough time that 100 years ago, when plane never did a fly.
Yeah, man, up in a Mount Moriah,
you live in that age when plane never did a fly. 100 years from now, you're going to hear people say, and that's where she come from.
Yeah, man, Mount Moriah, St. Ann, Borough Bridge area.
You, man. Anyway. Yeah. But, I want to tell you who come from up at them area. They told me, hey, she gonna know my wife, mother. She gonna know my wife, mother. Believe you me. Anyway, we will take the other man come forward. This is the continuation of RFM. I know that's what a whole heap of one might say. My brother, they're crazy, you know. Yeah, man. We don't mind the crazy talk still. The crazy branding. So, we talk about Rastafari and how the thing, a whole heap of ones, especially the singer them, yeah, let them tune it so like it's a Sunday day them tune it to play. Cause I mean nobody now say I little again. Like I little appear Jah. Everybody has a Jah now because him no want to I little I years me I say it, you know, you can't make I little greater or lesser than who him is. Jah in the Bible, Psalm 68, it started right up on the wing as Jah. Jah is a bastardization of Yah, Y-A-H, because them don't have no J in the Hebrew language. So J-A-H is English, them say Jah instead of Yah. So when a man say Jah, him don't necessarily have to talk about Haile Selassie. When you say Haile Selassie, is Haile Selassie I talk about. So we don't need to add no name upon him, Jah Rastafari. We don't need to add nothing. You know, see, just take it as it is, Rastafari. Simple, Rastafari. Haile Selassie, the first. I just saw it go. You understand? We not stop say that, because so it go. You got to add things upon him, is this and that and that and hey, me have a book. Right now, me have a book. It's a book, you know, with all the Haile Selassie's, what them call it, titles. Can you imagine a man have a book and him tell you about Haile Selassie titles in the book? And that book is about Haile Selassie titles, with all the titles them in it from everywhere. So can you imagine now you call out film name? Ladies and gentlemen, we now present to you Emperor Haile Selassie, first order of the this and that, first right things that and tomorrow you don't call him, title them. You understand? So I said, oh, I just Rastafari, Haile Selassie. You don't have to say nothing else. You don't have to say God, you don't have to say Christ in his king, the character, you don't have to say Christ return, you don't have to say all them talk there. Because them think there's confusion. Confusion to the mind who out there now where I tell you say, but Haile Selassie I know God. Or you get that. You know, see it? Because imagine God in a female head, I can't do with them tell him God created the heaven and the earth. And like when me look on the bridge and I say, me don't know who created it. Him vex with me. Because I don't know, but him know. Him knows your God. Yes, sir. What is God? You can't say what is God to certain people. You have to say who is God. And that is the problem with it. You can't look on a man and say, boy, it create the heaven and the earth. And you must say, you can't call God it. Then all you know is it's right for call God God. Confusion. Confusion. It's really a confusion. It's a confusion, right? God. What is God? What is God? That is the question, you know. What is God, not who is God? Because make God into a person, you know, so you try to make him become like human, anthropomorphic. Them call it anthropomorphism, where you give God all the attributes of a human being. So if it's who is God, and you say he is a human being you talk about, but most people, when them say God is not a human being they talk about, it's a it. But it sounds disgusting if you say it when you deal with God. But it's better you say it than say he. It's better you say it than say she. Some people are married have God. Some people married have God, you know. Say, if you have a God, you must have a goddess. So him God at another level, you know. Alright, Haile Selassie is a man. And him have a wife who's a woman. It's simple. Simple things, you know. Simple things. You're not forgetting a whole heap of this and this and that. You know, it's just that you have to validate your perception and concepts based upon of European logics. It's just so. Yes. The man say, let's all spread the love. Yeah, man, we have to spread the love. Because, you know, say, we want some more of that amongst each other. We want some more of that amongst each other. You know, what people are left church and I find God, you know. Yeah, because, you know, say, where them look for nothing at the church. 4 walls and sometimes 2, 3 windows. Now go work out. So I say you have to go inside of yourself. You have to born again. Yeah, man, you have to born again, man. You have to throw away that and come again. And if you don't come again, you know, say, you're just stuck. And the thing is a process of evolution too. Yeah, you have to evolve. It's not a bad thing, you know. Some people afraid of evolution, you know. We're not talking about evolution as in Charles Darwin theory. We're talking about evolution as it relates to move it from one stage to the next level. Like climbing a ladder. You're moving from one stage to the next level. So, really and truly, that is what we're supposed to do. We can't stuck. Some people stuck. For years, I'm stuck. And can't move and can't get no further. Whether in life or in mind and thought, them can't move further. So we are promote evolution. The consciousness, the process by which you move from one stage to the next level. So you start to see things different from the level where you was. It's not a turn back, you know. Turn back is when you go down the ladder. You understand? Going up is when you climb the ladder. And we are talking about climbing the ladder of life, climbing the ladder of existence and of truth. And truth is relative. Truth is relative. Yes, because something might be true here, and you know, say it's not true over there, so we not knock truth. We not knock truth. Long man. We look out at the people, them is as blind as Batman. And we can't say that again. But you see, when one-eyed man will lead you and you're blind, it's a terrible thing. In the kingdom of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. And it really get away, Because when we listen and hear people are say that them is covered in the blood of the Lamb so them can't catch COVID. Yet still, there's so much churches that the congregation have gotten COVID over the past 4 or 5 months. And people still insist to say that, say, you who are do this and I do that, is because you don't have no faith. Because you don't have no faith. Believe you be. I want to ask a man, you know. He's a man in the Bible named Lazarus. And them say, Lazarus, the dead. And him in the tomb, a stink. And Jesus go there and say, Lazarus, come forth. And Lazarus get up out of the tomb and become a living. That's what man talk about say. Jesus Christ raised from the dead. All right? So Lazarus raised from the dead. No, the question is, where is Lazarus today? Did he die again? I don't know, man, I was dead 2 times, but I want to know where's Lazarus. Did Lazarus dead again? Because we still waiting for Jesus to come. But Lazarus did raise from the dead and come back. Him dead and raise from the dead and come back with the aid of an next man. But we want to know where him there. Where him there. What is the purpose of raising a dead man from the grave and then know him dead again? What was the purpose of it? For sure, I say you have a hobby, you know, you can't do voodoo and all them something there, and magic and all these things. It's just a, tell me which part him there. Tell me where him there. So I recommend say those of you interested should get interested in reading some books that do have nothing to do with what you believe. Yeah, read some books where do have nothing. As a matter of fact, read some where contradict what you believe too. Yeah, read some book where contradict what you believe, but read some book. Go up online and look for things where you know say you don't agree with, but read it still and look on it. Because it's very important that you do these things. Yeah, the first sign of investigation is doubt, you know. Doubt make you want to go find out things and search things. So we just tell the people them that as part of the process, as part of the whole thing. Because trust me, things not the same. Remember when your granny used to sit down on veranda? No, nobody not sit down on veranda again. Yeah. Yeah.
Uncle
yeah, well, you know, all right.
Sending some love and vibration your way.
All right, give thanks, give thanks.
Alright. Calling from the Florida. I'm a nurse and I listen to your program and I hear you advocating for masks and us protecting ourselves, and I'm just saying continue doing that because firsthand we see what's going on in the hospital and it's not pretty.
Oh yeah? Tell me about it.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
I mean, you see people unable to see the loved ones because they're intubated, they can't talk, heart rate crazy, you know what I mean, they can't breathe, they have to get trach, and a lot of times they don't talk about the after effect because some of these patients end up getting strokes, getting blood.
After, you mean after they get better?
Limbs, and they don't talk about the after effect. They talk about you surviving the disease itself or the virus, but some people have an after effect.
Yeah. Wow. So which hospital you work?
I work at Broad General in Fort Lauderdale.
I don't hear you.
It's in Fort Lauderdale, Broad General, downtown.
Oh, Fort Lauderdale. Oh, is Fort Lauderdale calling from?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Yeah, so you said big over there, I mean, it's spike heavy over there, man.
Yeah, back in, when they opened up everything back in the summer, June, July, yeah, it it was crazy then, but the numbers kind of declined. But we're watching to see what's going to happen with the flu season.
Yeah, everybody are watching.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm
What you
voting.
doing, man? Loving your energy. Huh?
No, plus I got to vote in 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks.
Oh, everybody talking about that early voting actually started, so
Yeah, we know.
going out early to vote.
20,000 people, 20 million people vote already.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Gotta do what we have to do.
Yeah, man. All right, give thanks to the call.
Right.
Give thanks to the call.
All right, have a good night.
Yeah, man. This is, yes, give thanks. Yes, all the way from Fort Lauderdale in the March, the third world reggae radio station. Yes, Ian.
El Muta.
Where the man dingo?
Yes, I'm fine and things, but really sad about the situation in Nigeria, man.
May I tell you?
Yes.
Well,
you
if I
know,
shoot down and people are, yes, police ill treatment.
Yes, you know, as a result of that SARS thing that the people demonstrate, that police unit, that murdering people and so on, and very, very sad and the people protesting unarmed and shot to death, you know what I mean, by police and soldiers authorized by unscrupulous politicians there in Nigeria.
As
and
usual.
the sad thing about it is that Nigeria is a rich country, as you know, oil and other resources, but the wealth of Nigeria has not been used to help the majority of
Benefit the people.
who live
Yeah. Corrupt politician as usual.
Yes, all over. All over. You know, sad. And it's a reflection of the African continent in general, whereby Africa is the richest continent, but our people have the poorest living because the traitorous politicians work with the Europeans and other races, but mainly the Europeans and now the Chinese coming in so that the wealth, the people don't enjoy the wealth of them countries in Africa, despite it being the richest continent on the planet, man. They're really, really sad. We're having a lot of demonstrations in London, Toronto in Canada, all over about this, you know.
So what is, where a march to? Where a march to? The embassy? The Nigerian embassy?
London, yes, and also 2 embassies to the Republic of Congo embassy also. And this is to show that it's not just in Nigeria there are problems. So you see they're combining, you know what I mean? From Nigeria, because the situation in the Congo is the same as you know. Congo, we have Bulgaria.
Well, if I kill it and raping.
Yes. And we have all that situation in Guinea where that president guy wanted to run to a third limit again, even though it's supposed to have only have 2 terms and elections being disputed and in challenger dialogue saying that he has won even the official results. So that's the next situation that we have to watch too, you know.
What I watch is the American one. The American one I watch.
Yes. The final debate Trump and Joe
Tomorrow, tonight.
Yes, tonight, yes.
Tonight,
they're gonna watch that. You know? And before I talk about how many people have lost their lives because of this lockdown, I'm gonna give some serious figures because it applies to Jamaica and elsewhere too. What is happening here? I just want to big up my elder. He passed away some years ago. But the first sound system man in Britain, Duvin, who birthday anniversary this coming Sunday the 25th of October, you know. He was the top DJ for Tom the Great Sebastian sound system from Loop Lane.
Okay.
Taking over from the first champion sound, Count Mix, you know. from 1950 and stored away in 1954. And with Suckle, who later became known as Count Suckle, and a brethren named Lenny Fry. And in 1955 started the first sound system in Britain, using the unbeaten champion from Ladbroke Grove. It's his birthday. And by the way, the man who used to go to Calabar School, which is at the corner of James's Street and Sutton Street. And
it come up on East Street. It come up on East Street.
Come off away?
No, I said the back I come out of East Queen Street.
Yes, right.
You could have walked through there and come back by East Queen Street.
Yes, true.
In front of you, one street.
Man.
Don't get so.
Yes, over on the other side.
Yeah.
You have that entrance there at the corner of Sutton Street and James's Street. And his son, who me and him grew up together and thing, we used to live at 61 Wildman Street, big yard side of Jamaica Success Club. You know.
That time you live at Tex Lane.
You know.
19 Tex Lane.
Yeah, that time you live at Tex Lane. Yes, man. You know. Yeah, so celebrating, I mean, within 2020 now, and started the sound system to popularize Jamaican music to the first sound in 1955. Coming straight through, so that is before it was ska and before steady and reggae. And you know the thing about it is when he was alive, I asked both TNT and GLP governments to give him an award, and they never did, just like in Wayne Gray. Yes, but it's still not late for a posthumous award still. But I don't want that to happen to Wayne Gray when they made it now.
And that I go on, everybody again posthumous award. You can believe that?
Everybody what?
I get it after them dead. A whole heap of people I get it after them dead.
Exactly. Exactly. Ridiculous. Vin was alive, and you know, I gave both TNT and GLP regimes, because it's a magazine in the early 2000s and thing, about 2003 or thereabouts, with them life stories. And they had all the information, and they never do nothing to honor him. Both regimes, you know, TNT and GLP. But this, not tell you, man, but them have the audacity to give awards to non-Jamaicans. But the number of people dying at home from illnesses other than COVID-19 has rocketed since lockdown. Figures from the Office for National Statistics from March to September this year reveal that almost 1,000 deaths are being recorded every week, which is up by 26,000 on the same period last year.
What do you think of cause that? You think because they might use the hospital and something else?
People not having access to hospitals and them.
Yeah, that's what I say, yeah. Yeah, they don't have access to hospital like first time.
Yes, it's like them going on as you know, like the only disease.
It's COVID.
Corona. Yeah, no.
Yes.
So people not.
My man shoot you, them say COVID kill you. If a man shoot you, them say COVID kill you.
Yes.
That's how I feel laugh, man.
Because I have to let people know this, you know, muta. Hear this.
Yeah.
Among the biggest killers, diabetes, deaths to death, up by 86%. Then due to Parkinson's, and you know Parkinson's is a shaking disease that man.
Yeah, shake up, yeah.
Yeah, right. Up by 79%. Death due to prostate cancer, which you know affect a lot of our
black people.
Men. Right. Up 53%.
Yeah, that's because them full up.
A lot of our women too. Up 47%. And bowel cancer affect 46%. And deaths among women with dementia have dropped 75%.
Well, I want to tell you though, a sister, the dog have a baby, and the first hospital was St. Andrew. Them said them can't take her. And then she think I think she go on a public, and them said them can't take her.
And she was Spanish Town Hospital and dead.
Yes, and died.
Because they're scared. Some of them scared of the COVID.
Imagine that the doctors
And some of them say,
them would get the coronavirus, eh?
yeah. They're rough. No, that no bed space.
As you say, the third hospital she went, Spanish Town, where her baby was delivered and dead. But if she had been seen to at the other two hospitals,
yeah, true then.
St. Andrews
True then.
and
the problem is nobody's held accountable.
Eh?
Nobody's held accountable.
Exactly. And we know there must be doctors who are the ones liable for refusing to treat her.
Yeah, so them afraid of COVID. They think of COVID child.
Yes. No, man, a lot of people, and this nonsense too. People feeling sick, want them supposed to have operation for cancer. It's cancelled. Operation, heart operation. So people dying as a result. And then you have some people who are not going to the hospitals too because them say them be catching coronavirus.
They won't catch corona. See how them yard.
Yes.
And dead. Terrible, man.
Yeah,
No, yeah.
it's really terrible. So more people dying from other diseases than coronavirus that the politicians them make it look like it's only coronavirus are carry the swing, so to speak.
Well, you know, them in a problem now because them flu season come round. And you know the flu season is at another time we kill only for people.
Yes, exactly.
Especially old people. Yeah. Everybody staying and dead.
Staying and die, yes. And
I know,
you
yeah.
see a lot of elderly people or people who are handicapped who need ignorance. Them affected, you know, because of this lockdown thing. They're isolated in their homes and things. No farmer help and things. So people dying due to lack of care.
Yeah. Them I tell you, so them not have enough people to circulate.
Even when them have the people to circulate, them can't move because of lockdown restrictions and stuff. In Manchester here, the mayor and the Burnham for Greater Manchester was resisting, saying that this Boris Johnson thing that them want them to lock down again. They need more money to help with this situation, but you know, he was revolting against this, but with force.
Yeah, well, me just a talk about it a while ago, say it would be good if the people them could wear them masks so that everything can open up. Because the non-wearing of the mask, which is spread is coming from your nose and your mouth and everything there. If people are just wear them masks, which I am advocating, them could have opened up the place. So it's the people them sometimes the people them are causing.
But you know, we have some of our people who saying that them not wearing no mask.
Yeah, so most of them is Trumperian. That's how we call them, Trumperian.
Yes, and we see what happened to Trump, but unlike Trump, them don't have access
to the best doctors in the world.
Treatment.
Yeah, them do have their black wheel, yeah. Same wife now I said you can't go around with him upon it. Eh?
It is very stupid because so many people say, don't wear masks, don't wear masks. When them having operations in hospitals, do the doctors and nurses wear masks?
Everybody in the hospital have a mask, I deal with them.
Exactly. And not only that, when in civil engineering also, when you're working on a site and you're doing demolition,
you put a mask.
Workers wear masks.
Look at in a Jamaica, construction worker put a mask because of the dust, the cement and all them stuff there.
Precisely. Precisely.
Nobody know to tell you that.
Some people say, oh, nah, wear masks because it's stupid. Sheer ignorance. And me and you know that ignorance kills.
Of course. The greatest poison to human being is ignorance. Anyway, we have to move.
You know? Yes.
So if you send on the next one, you know. If you send on the next one.
Yes.
Yes.
I will
All right.
send on the next one.
Yeah, all right. Give time. Yeah.
Muta.
Yeah, man, blessed.
Yeah, man, blessed.
Mm.
Muta.
Mm.
Yeah, somebody about James, right?
Mm.
Yeah, man, yeah, somebody about James, yeah. One of them is a connector school. Yeah, yeah, me Muta.
Yeah, man, I hear you, man. I hear you.
Yeah, somebody about James, yeah, then he's a connector school. So, now go and get Leah. When I used to work in a book club and you get Leah. And then go to farm in something. And keep on little party. And from the man, I'm keep a party to breadfruit. I pay police and soldiers. It's not by me cat one time. And me count about 4 dozen little car police jeep and town. Come there. And they don't find nothing. There's a man and woman going a line. Going a line and you sit down by me cat and watch what go on, you know, and when them are coming, you know. And nobody know no time and they don't find nothing, you know. About 4 years them are terrorized with that. Yo, me say, you see, me don't know who I call the people them, but I tell them about.
And somebody in the area call them, man.
And people are calling me here, so who I call them, you know, because Muta, me sleep on the cat and I dance and then dance, I keeping a good dance, I keeping a man, it's done by the cat and I make them.
But you're not going to hear a who. You're not going to hear a who call them.
It's done by the cat and I make me look money to daylight for my time when you dance, I go on.
And daylight the party go on, too?
For my time, when time dance, you gotta go on.
Think I know you talk.
And the man then that's Jesus, we in a dog, the man them lock off the dance. And last evening, me get up out of my bed, about 7 o'clock, I go to the road. One of my president tell me, say, yo, you know, so then gone with Pops and Baba. So then say them a scammer. I know say man them a scammer, pumpkin man them plant and school, locking a pumpkin sitting man them plant, you know, and tomato and sitting, you know, and that's, and that's.
Them know they pan radio and me plant food too, so I mean.
Tomato, you know. I used to use them a house, you know, I mean, them family a teach and I use and well, you know, you say me in front of them dead man, boy, you know, feel to them, you know, man.
So how you know say them are no scammer? How you know them are no scammer?
Them are no scammer, man, for farm in the wall with their bush.
No, me never say them are scammer. I say how you know them are no scammer?
If I play the Barrington.
Eh?
We say, man, with them, man. House because you could go and see farming, you know. They are tell you, man. Man, them family big, you know.
Yeah.
You know, so when I time, you see, about 15 years ago, me I want to go there and put something in it. Got James to primary school. So when I time, me you know, back to the walk past in class with, because James to primary and the walk to school yard. And I walk past the school yet. And we have a car, they really me pass. And then, Mr. Where you call me for? He said, I saw silver in my Jimmy. Mr. Where you get the silver from? He said, in class, Jimmy, next time.
Oh,
What? You can't kill that guy as a movie, man. And you give me and give me to go give you a lady. And when you carry, when you carry silver, them go give in Miss Mommy that I already do is all the silver. I tell you, that about that, and when you carry silver, them go give up. You already got the little brother. And tell him, say, thank you, my son, thank you, Mr. You'll be a good boy. I know some brother in my police force from over 9 years, from 9 or 10 years, station of Spanish on our boat. And one time, I accident happened up, don't worry.
Yeah, when you go from one thing to the next thing to the next thing, we have to move.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we have to move.
Brother in my police force, and I tell you, say,
Ghana somewhere else. We have to move, Virgin. Here, give thanks.